finally, big,
Finally.
100.
We're now in the triple digits, and so since we got the triple digits, we have a brand new studio for this filming.
We're in the century.
We are.
We hit the century mark.
That's true. We hit 100. We said, you know what? For the fans out there, the wonderful fans that love Part 2, we've got to give.
They love Part 2.
They love Part 2. Even Starrcade did well.
Yes, that means.
It's sticking around.
Super Brawls and King of the Rings and no telling what else now.
That's true. I mean, the long-standing pay-per-views, they are wide open now. But we now are in a new set. We got a great logo for you. And there could be many updates done to this right here. So you never know what we're going to do with the new set
as we just keep moving forward and forward on to 200.
That'll take a long time to get there. But and we got big news for episode 100. And starting off on part 1, a ringside news right here as we do the red episode. We got the red episode.
The red episode, yes.
WWE announces Global Cruiserweight Series qualifying matches that's going to take place at Evolve and Progress Wrestling.
I love it. I love it. I think this is more Hunter than it is Vince.
Yes. You got Evolve Tag Team Champions. They are tag team champions facing each other.
They are the Evolve Tag Team Champions, and they're going to take each other, and only one will get to go.
Drew Gulak taking on Tracy Williams.
Yep.
You got Fred Yehi. I actually saw him live. He likes to say, yeah, 5 times. I don't know why.
Every one of these gentlemen from Evolve and every one of these gentlemen from Progressive are on the WWE network. I mean, the WWE website.
Really?
They are promoted on the website.
Promoted on the website.
On the website. It has their pictures.
Not just on the NXT portion of it.
Nope.
On the main page.
On the main page.
I like it. Well, Fred Yehi, which he's one to look out for. I saw him live, and he's very entertaining. He's got a lot of potential. Taking on TJ Perkins, and you may not understand that name, you may not recognize that name, but that is the man who was one of the many people to be Suicide in TNA, who then went on to change the gimmick up and become Manic.
Yep.
And his contract was not renewed. So now we have the opportunity to possibly see him on the WWE Network Global Cruiserweight television show. Also at Progress.
Well, you know WWE, that's what they're doing. They're taking all the TNA talent.
Taking all the TNA talent, right. Progress, Zack Sabre Jr.
Which a lot of people are saying, which I thought so myself, I thought he was already in the lineup already.
He was in the lineup.
Is this a little fib here? We know he's going to win and go ahead and be advanced anyway? Did they jump the gun by mistake on that one?
They definitely announced his name as, they announced him with Ciampa and Gargano and a couple other people.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're announcing those people to be in qualifying matches or they're announcing them to be part of the final people.
Yeah, that's true.
So we don't really know. They may have messed up on how they worded it, and maybe the people aren't advanced. Maybe those people have to also do tournament matches. Maybe we'll get tournament matches with Ciampa versus Gargano on the NXT TV show. We just never know. He's taking on Flash Morgan Webster. Quite a name there.
It is quite a name.
They will change his name if he gets hired on. Plus Jack Gallagher taking on Bruiserweight Pete Dunne.
No, and all of them.
Is he related to the guy from Well Done?
No, it's a different kind of Dunne. Thank goodness.
Different kind of Dunne.
Yes. But it's gonna. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait for the tournament to start on.
And honestly, I think this would be good for the network. Triple H, if he's smart, will be filming these. So that everybody at the headquarters can watch it and everything. So Evolve in Progress, while they're filming, I think they should take it and plug it into the NXT TV show. Even if it's not the full match.
Or they may plug it into the tournament.
Yeah, that's true. They
may give you a little snippet of how this person got to this point here.
Because you got 10 weeks to film.
You got 10 weeks.
So you might as well say, okay, well, Fred Yehi advanced to this portion by beating TJ Perkins. Let's take a look quickly at that match.
How he did that, yes.
How he did that. I mean, that'd be a good way to do that. And plus, we get a little bit of feel of Evolve in Progress on the show.
I would not be surprised if that's what they don't do.
That would be awesome.
It was surprising. I loved it.
We knew it was coming.
They
left Japan.
Coming,
But we thought it would either be at WrestleMania or the night after WrestleMania. Yes. But there was so much on the night after WrestleMania.
So much.
Different debuts and stuff that it would have taken away from
it. Would have. Hey, it just added so much to it. And I love it. Too bad for the Usos. But
Yes.
Karl Machine Gun Anderson, love the video that WWE.com put on there about him. And Doc Gallows, formerly Luke.
Which they say Doc Gallows here on the print here, but Michael Cole called him Luke.
Yes.
Because Doc was his TNA name, so more than likely they'll go back to his WWE name of Luke Gallows.
Yes.
As long as it's not Festus, we're good.
Yes. But they showed up, they attacked
The Usos.
Usos, beat the Usos, and after they qualified, after the Usos advanced in the tournament, which Shane started up, they're going to have a tag team tournament no one contenders match.
Which is good.
So,
So when they go to the next round, they could be out there to attack and distract them again. But overall, it's a good thing. And
go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, then I'll say.
And we may be thinking the same thing.
It could be.
Because if you look at the people that they attacked and who they're connected with, it could be a bigger program.
I'm not going that way, but yeah,
I'm definitely going that way because they're attacking the Usos, who are cousins to Roman Reigns.
And there has been hint of this could be WWE's version of the NWO coming in.
Which is a bad idea to put it that way, but
it is. But that's what I've heard. And
I get it. I understand where they're talking
I know what
about.
they're going about. Yes,
because they didn't say their name, they didn't do a promo.
But Cole
Michael
did
Cole
say
said their
New
names.
Japan.
Yeah.
He did mention they were from New Japan.
And I mean, since we got Tommy, we've got Nakamura, we've got what's her name? The women's champion, Asuka, and then of course Asuka, not Oksana.
Definitely not.
Definitely not her. And then there's the other one that's possibly going to be on the Global Cruiserweight show.
Yes.
So they could be going with an invasion angle. But you had to tread lightly on that because WWE sued WCW about that, so you got to tread lightly.
Oh, but I believe that lawyers would check and make sure that everything's
right
before they hopefully make a mistake. But they have made mistakes before, so we don't know. But you know what? Money talks. We know what walks.
That is true.
But it would. I mean, what surprises me is they threw out little tidbits out there when they showed the video. You need to go see if you can see it on Digital. Everybody needs to see it. When they're talking about who they used to hook up with. Finn Balor. Let's show all three of them together. Mm. Oh, and who else were they with? AJ Styles. So I think
Did they promote the Young Bucks or Kenny Omega?
They did not.
Okay.
No, they did not.
So it could be a four-man group.
Could be, and they hinted around to that. And you're part there with the Usos and Roman Reigns.
It makes sense because
who is taking on Roman Reigns, but Styles.
So. Well, here's the other thing, and on top of that, who do you honestly think will be Finn Balor's next opponent? Nakamura.
Yeah, Nakamura should definitely be his next opponent.
So they could always go down to NXT and help him win.
They sure can.
And see, I would like it if AJ Styles, because he's clearly the face right now, even though Roman is also a face. It's face versus face right now.
Yeah,
but
he's the guy. I'm not a good
he's
guy.
He's not a bad guy. He's just the guy.
I'm the guy.
But here's another way to do this. Have Luke and Karl interfere and AJ say, look, I didn't want your help. I don't want you to come out here. I don't know nothing about it. Yeah. Why are you messing with my matches?
When we're in New Japan, that's New Japan. This is WWE. This is totally different.
Right. Don't bother me while I'm trying to do my matches. And then when you finally get to that point of AJ's match with Roman, all of a sudden he accepts the help and it all comes together like a well-oiled plan. Yes. But here's the thing. Then you can create a six-man tag match out of that because, of course, the Usos are going to team up with Roman, and then you've got a natural six-man tag.
For Extreme Rules.
Exactly. Because the title doesn't always have to be on the line.
Because the way things are going, I believe we're going to have the Bulletproof, I guess is what they're going to be called, or they maybe call it as Anderson and Gallows right now, will take on the Usos at Payback. And it looks like the other part of the thing will be Enzo and Cash take on the Dudleys, so they'll both get themselves probably taken out, which leaves the Vaudevillains to take on New Day for the tag team titles.
Which would be interesting for Vaudevillains to go straight into it.
Because they take on the Usos, and don't tell me that Karl Anderson don't interfere again and get the Vaudevillains the win against the Usos. That takes the Usos out of the tournament.
Right.
Move down.
Right.
And if the other two, if the Dudleys and them mess up each other,
right, then they're out.
They're done.
I mean, that does make sense. I mean, obviously, I don't think that the Vaudevillains are going to win the tag team titles.
No, but they're the heels.
They are the heels right now, even though they've worked great as faces. And I think they'll get to that point eventually again.
Oh, yeah. Enzo and them are good faces. You got the Dudleys that hate each other. They take each other out. There's nobody from that side of the bracket to go face the Vaudevillains. They're automatically in.
Which, I mean, that works. I mean, if you automatically get them in, then it doesn't make anybody else look weak.
No.
And then they don't have to be real strong.
Usos, thanks to Karl Anderson and Gallows, and the Dudleys and them took each other took themselves out by getting double count out. Then there's nobody from that bracket. It all writes itself, and New Day gets a new opponent for a week. Right. To fend with the Von Villains. So.
Exactly. And so, I mean, and I think it'll give the New Day another, tag team to beat. And then I think that what would be nice, since Enzo and Big Cass never got the NXT Tag Team titles, is if they got them next. But,
we need a bad guy,
We need a bad guy team, so I could see the Dudleys winning them off of the New Day finally, and then Enzo and Cass pick up their feud again. Yeah. But we digress.
We're just a piddly little internet talk show here.
That's right.
We're the big boys.
Satellites in Sky aren't watching this at all. TNA headquarters have moved to their company warehouse that
they're moving on out. You got to get evicted out of this building because you can't pay your bills.
That's right. They're going to the warehouse that supports their shop, TNA.com. And they got supposedly evicted. I mean, apparently they were behind on the bills from their headquarters at Cummins Station.
Well,
they were Cummins and now they're Goins.
Because you got to fella see, a guy who's been there for years and years, Bobby Roode, I'm out of here. I want to have my contract. Eric Young, I'm out of here. Yeah, they're already paying their bills.
Seems kind of strange that all this stuff's happening all at one time. But now they also are saying that the only reason they're still on television is because of these investors. And the investors want majority stake in the company so they could take over, and Dixie doesn't want to do it. Well, Dixie's going to drive the company into the ground.
If she doesn't do it, she's going to be the death of the company. So all you little TNA lovers out there can blame Dixie Carter if TNA goes under.
Well,
you quit blaming the WWE and everybody else if Dixie doesn't have to give it.
Put Dixie in some kind of position to where she doesn't lose all power, whatever. But then you bring in the investors.
51-49.
You bring the investors in, and if they have their own staff that they want to bring in, like creative type people, then you bring both teams together. Yeah. I mean, I don't agree with, hey, well, we're taking over, and so you're all fired. I don't agree with that.
No.
There's still some good minds in that company, and I think
good wrestlers in that company.
Yes, I think there's a lot
just a lot of bad direction in that company.
I think there's a lot that could be salvaged.
And it all points to Dixie.
Right.
I know y'all out there, you love pointing Vince a bit, and he does make bad decisions. But he has a mind. He's been in the company. He's been the president. He's been running WWE for a very long time.
And ain't gone out of business yet.
No, so. Even though there's people talking about somebody billionaire wants to buy the company.
It don't mean nothing.
No. Now when you got Stephanie, Hunter, and Shane there, that's not going anywhere. But Dixie, if she don't get off her hard head here, TNA is going to go bye-bye.
Right.
So.
Now we have the WWE has suspended 2 talents, and their last names are so weird. Yeah, Raymond Leppan.
Raymond Leppan. You're going, who is Raymond Leppan?
And Ryan Parmeter.
Yeah. Who are these people that got suspended for 60 days?
That's your second violation.
That's your second violation.
They're better known as, respectively, Adam Rose and Konnor Konnor and Victor of the Ascension.
Yeah.
So I have some more details on top of that. I want to read it from the internet itself. It said they were suspended for 60 days earlier this week for their second violations. And it said that the first suspensions of the 2 talents were not made public. That's why we're all very confused on why it's the second one. It says that Connor's first suspension took place back in 2006. He was around way back then, and he ended up coming back. So he was he was in Deep South Wrestling way back then. So he was developmental.
That shows 2006, folks. 2016. 10 years. It doesn't matter. There's no time period. It seems that well, let's put on your record. You had done it in 5 years. We're taking off your record.
Right.
It's on your record. You better not screw up again.
I'm assuming if you cut the contract and you end up getting a new contract, I would think that starts.
You would hope so.
I would think that would start over. A year before WWE announced that all violations of the talent wellness program would be made public was in 2006. So that's why it wasn't made public. He was working as a developmental wrestler at the time in Deep South. Also, Adam Rose was suspended back in 2013, but WWE never made a public announcement regarding that suspension. And like Konnor, Adam Rose is also a developmental wrestler at the time. 3 strikes, you're out, so they're very close. And it's very odd that they're both suspended at the same time, where they both playing around with the same stuff at the same time. That's what I want to know.
They both did the PP test at the same time, so they had to be doing,
I mean, it is random stuff. They do random testing, so,
you know. The big wig and get the heads up.
Exactly. Bray Wyatt.
Just saying.
Yes. Bray Wyatt possibly suffered an injury. And, I mean, it just keeps on coming. Luke Harper's out. So what happens to a tag team of no direction like Eric Rowan and Braun Strowman? They have nothing without Bray Wyatt.
They win the tag team titles. You're like, what?
Right.
WWE logic.
But it was during a WWE Live event overseas. They're doing their overseas tour right now, and there's no word on how serious.
Have you seen the video?
I couldn't see. It was on Twitter. My phone won't let me watch Twitter videos.
I mean, they were in the corner, him and Roman.
Right.
He was taking a few pumps, you know how you do, and his foot kind of slipped.
Huh.
And then you could tell he was telling Roman that, ow, it hurts, and he stepped away, kind of favoring, and then he went down. He couldn't keep no weight on it.
Wow.
But they say that it's the calf, it's not the knee, which is a good thing. Unless he rolled the ligaments up in his calf.
We know about that rolling that stuff up like Triple H.
But there's no more information. They sent him home. He took him off the tour.
Yes, I think they've replaced him with Triple H.
Yeah.
They actually replaced him with Triple H on the tour.
And Sheamus, so he's been facing Roman back again.
Which is very interesting that they add Triple H onto the tour to make up for Bray Wyatt. Does that show how much Bray Wyatt means to the company? Because I mean that's a pretty big name to be bringing onto a tour. Wrestling.
But they
never wrestles.
They don't get it very much, and that's a nice treat for them.
That is a nice treat because it is an overseas thing.
And it's a world title match, and you get Hunter, who could maybe win.
That's true.
Win it one town over there, and then drop it the next night.
I wish they would do stuff like that again.
Yeah.
But on sad news, and I mean, it just
on
happens.
Big 100, I know.
Big 100 happens way too often with our show. It just seems like it's almost every week. It seems like we've got bad news.
Yes.
Blackjack Mulligan was, I believe, last week when we announced it.
Yep.
And now this week we have the unfortunate information to tell
you
that
young. I mean, too young.
That ECW original Balls Mahoney passed away at the age of 44. They said he took a bad fall and he hurt his hip.
I wonder if it busted something he didn't know.
Right, some kind of internal injury that he didn't know about. Maybe he was bleeding on the inside or something. Because it had been a week. I mean, if it's a slow bleed or something like that. But we don't know. It's speculation at this point. But I haven't heard any more details besides hearing that the wife said that he was literally laying on the couch, watching Jeopardy, answering trivia questions, and he went to maneuver to get more comfortable on the couch, and she looked over right after he maneuvered himself. He was out, unconscious.
He was gone.
That's crazy to think about that. He just maneuvered his body in a different way, and then he was gone.
A lot of things in there,
I mean, there's a lot of speculation. There's no telling what's going on.
Nothing coming out. I mean, it will come out in a few weeks probably.
And it's just, it's amazing that his old tag team partner just passed away a couple months ago.
So weird.
Axel Rotten. So it's like, what in the world?
But we hate. I mean, 44, man. That's and just like that,
It is crazy. But we
don't need to get started on this trend again. We got it's a bad trend to get started on.
That is true. But we send out our condolences to Balls Mahoney's family. I know he had a young son and a wife he left behind. So let's hope and pray that they can recuperate from this and move forward. And I know that House of Hardcore just had an event this past weekend, and they did a tribute to him as well. So that was very nicely done.
Yeah. Well, that's it for part 1 of Big 100 Triple Digits, folks. Come on back for part 2 of pay-per-view reviews. We do Starrcade 87, 88, 89, and 90. Will Ric Flair keep his dominance and be in the main event for 4 more times? So we'll be right back to part 2 on this Big 100 weekend.